The idea is just to open door and say, this door is not closed, you should try. Perhaps you will fail, that's not important, at least you have tried. So my name is Raoul Salomon. I come from a family in the suburb of Paris, and my parents were teachers. So I was good in maths. I didn't want to work in finance. I wanted to work in development, I wanted to do macroeconomics, modeling, all this kind of thing. At the end of my study, the World Bank came and said, we are looking for a French speaker. I said, why not me? And 2 months after, I was in Washington, D.C. to work for the World Bank. It was totally incredible. I was working with colleagues who, Angus didn't become a Nobel Prize after, in my mind, I was still a student. After a year and a half with my wife, we decided that we wanted to go back in France. So there is this small bank at this time called BZW, B being Barclays, and said they are looking for a young French trader. That was 27 years ago. So I've been part of all this big adventure. We didn't talk at this time about social responsibility of the bank. What happened is slowly but surely, what I was interested outside of the office became also, I was interested inside of the office. It's very, very hard for me to understand how can a kid who's just born on the wrong side of the street doesn't have the same future of the kids born on the other side. Now I'm the CEO of Barclays in France, so the probability for me to be the CEO of an investment bank in France was zero. I have a daughter who is 26. She's a professional ballet dancer. So I have a son who is 8. So we have 2 foster kids who are 8 and 14. They're coming from Côte d'Ivoire, which is an incredible adventure because they bring their culture, you give them your culture, and we consider them as our kids, in fact. Basically, we are trying to share the maximum we can with all these kids, and the fact that there is no difference between the foster kids and my kid. They got the same education. One is playing violin, the other one is playing viola. Quite often I go in suburb or high school to explain what is an investment bank and what is my job. And very often kids are saying, oh, that's not for me. And very often I say, it's very difficult, but you should try. If you like it, you should try. Mentorship is very, very important, and the return on it is incredible, because if only 1 or 2 succeed, they will be able to do the same, and so the return is kind of infinite. At Barclays, I find there is a big community of people who have this kind of value, to be more open-minded to discussion and to share ideas, for this kind of initiative, but also for business. I think it's very, very important to educate our kids to be open to everything, and for them to be curious. Some kids, they don't dream anymore. I just want that my kids continue to dream on tons of things. For me, self-censorship is the fact that it's so difficult for you, you don't want to try. Perhaps you will fail, obviously, but perhaps you will succeed. I am Raoul Salomon. This is me.